That is the best though, when you can actually separate your personal and professional life. When you can enjoy the experience and be present, like we were talking about, and not just have to vlog this, or I have to snap this, or quick, I need a boomerang. Oh wait, that didn't work. Let me press this button again.
I don't think I've been exposed. Well, it's been so long since anyone's I've gone out or done anything like that. But to be around that person that is, wait, I want to get this boomerang as we just toast our drinks together. It's like, wait, I missed it. And then you become that person. It's like, wait, do we go on 3? Or is it 1, 2, 3, then go? Or it's like, no, I already drank it. It's gone.
Champagne for my real friends, real pain for my sham friends.
Ooh!
Like that.
Where'd you get that?
Spike Lee.
Okay.
I stole it from Spike Lee joint. Shit. Appropriation? I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe.
Kicking off the year.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the More Than Meatheads podcast. This is Shane.
And Lewis.
And you can find us at more_than_meatheads on Instagram. More Than Meatheads on Facebook. On YouTube, we're at More Than Meatheads. And More Than Meatheads.
Huh? .com. Bro, you got it.
Means.com. Means.com, everybody. We have a website. It's morethanmeatheads.com.
It's more meatheads.
Yeah.
We're on our website. Check it out.
But it will be...
I made it myself.
Yeah, you did, and it looks beautiful. But it will be having a lot more features coming within the next month.
Yeah. We got a lot of stuff lined up that we want to do for this month, and just decided to come out the gate hot.
Yeah, I'm rocking the prototype apparel, right? With the More Than Meatheads t-shirt.
Yes, very prototypical.
Yes, the beanie is not More Than Meatheads, though. It's Caffeine Kilos, different company.
But it's okay. It's okay. We drink coffee.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm getting like a weird, I don't know. I'm going through menopause, I guess, with the weird hot flashes that I'm getting. And then cold, and then... I
live in one of those buildings where it's not a huge building, but still, there's still over about 30 units in this building, and being on the second floor, you feel the heat, man. It's the winter. You crack open the window. It's like...
So it's very like strange situation for me. And every time I wear a beanie, I look like an extra from the movie The Town. So it just doesn't... I don't know.
That's a good movie.
It was.
That was a good movie.
It was. It was like...
I
heard some people. Whose car we taking?
that slow motion scene of the what's it called? The sister?
The nuns?
The nuns. Where they were in the nuns mask, and there was a slow motion scene in the backseat of the car just driving by. Ooh, that was some next level creepy shit right there.
We could, you know what? We should redo that shot for Instagram. More Than Meatheads Nun. We can do it.
We can with the GoPro. It's a great slow motion shots. Yeah.
How was your New Year's?
Oh man, New Year's was horrible.
It was lit, as the kids say.
No, it was it was extinguished. I know that's too many words for the kids, too many syllables, too many letters. But my New Year's was a learning experience, teaching moment.
You sent me a picture, which I thought you looked. First of all, you were looking very dashing.
Yeah, thank you.
You looked great in your New Year's outfit. It was weird though, like what was around you. It looked very familiar, and as I'm looking out the window here, it looked very similar to this fire escape.
Wait! I'll get one of the props from my photo shoot on the fire escape.
Oh, okay. It's on the fire escape. It's a beer! It's still on the fire escape!
I still have a 6-pack of beer out there.
Fantastic.
I should get that away from me. I will drink this now.
Might as well. You had Bailey's in it, huh?
Yeah, right? But yeah, I had... So, a little bit of background on me for my typical New Year's experience. Gonna be 41 next month. And for the exception of this past New Year's, I have spent every New Year's surrounded by my family. Because of circumstances being what they are, I was not able to. So it was, once again, not going to be a Debbie Downer, get into the details, but it's gone from 1 year losing my mom, a couple years later losing my dad. Then now it's just like, okay, I'm standing in front of the TV toasting to Ryan Seacrest with a beer.
I feel that's a lot of details for not a detailed story.
I could have. I wasn't even wearing a button down or a vest or a tie. Those are details.
Those are details.
Yeah. But I promised myself, it's like, all right, these are the circumstances. I will never do this again like this. This is not fun. So
you did. It was very was it Dumb and Dumber where he starts leaning over the bar, he's just putting out the vibe, It looked like you were putting out the vibe on the fire escape, just trying to catch something. You were the bait. You were chumming the water.
I was chumming myself.
All right. I feel like that could be on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
But
my street was so quiet. I can't believe how quiet it was down this block. It's just like I live on a quiet street as is.
Yeah.
I felt it even more December 31st at midnight.
But also the mass exodus that everyone took on New Year's from New York was insane to me.
Yeah.
I got super depressed. I was like, oh, okay, so this is the end of 2020, right? We're ending this year and we're look to better times. It reminded me as an opportunity for like every high school graduation speech, you know, like optimism. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna really look forward to the future together.
And now is our time.
And instead, I got Cyndi Lauper bouncing around on the stage,
drunk
singing off key. And I was just like, I could have got that in one of the bars I grew up around in the Bay Area. Like I easily could have seen that. I don't need to turn on a TV for that.
It was quite the interesting. This was the end of 2020 was quite the. Someone take this shit out back and just shoot it. Let's just. Let's end it.
It was supposed to be like a exclamation point, but it was not.
No, it was just like 2020. Like you think it's gonna go out big, it's just like. And then I was talking it over with one of my clients earlier today. He was streaming it on his computer, watching the Ryan Seacrest. Mm-hmm. I watched it on my TV using the Spectrum app, and we both noticed that the ball drop was late.
Oh, it was?
It was.
They couldn't even get that right?
My phone said midnight, and they were still waiting to count down. I'm just like 2020.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Well, it's weird because it's like if you look at everyone's post on social media, and it's always like the obligatory weird thoughts and prayers context that they give, where they're like, I know it wasn't the best for most people, but my business did this. I was like, okay, but every single one of them.
I know it wasn't actually the easiest year for everyone. Beach picture, travel picture, this picture, that picture.
Yeah.
Stay woke.
Yeah, I hope
wear
you
a
took
mask.
the time. I hope you took
Bitch,
time.
you teleport there? What?
It's like, I hope you took the time for yourself, like I'm doing. And it's like, well, not everybody can just escape like you.
Yeah, and thoughts and prayers. Sure.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
I feel that.
So it was a weird kind of check on where we are as an industry and
as a people and as a society.
You're just kind of like, all right, well, you don't have to. At that point, just own it. Own the fact that you're just out for you. That's fine. You are.
It's fine.
I'm following your page.
And everyone has their own specific circumstance. So it's like, hey, when you see someone walking down the street without a mask, you don't know what they've been through. They could have just gotten tested, got the antibodies, got everything going on, and they're like, I don't feel the need to wear a mask.
It reminds me a lot when I used to lie to homeless people. And I'll tell you why. Because
oh my god, this is horrible.
Well, no, because they would come up to me and they would ask for change or whatever, and I would come up with a whole story of why I didn't have money, like just a whole story. And what was best was when they started using the same sales tactics that I used in my courses for overcoming objections. And they started carrying the little square thing to scan credit cards.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, panhandling got legit in the Bay Area. And I realized one thing, I was like, why am I even coming up with a story? No. No. And I just walk away. And then now I don't even say anything. I just keep walking. Because it's like I know what you're asking me. Even if you come up to me and as being listen, I did lose a little bit of weight. I get that improvement body composition. I'm still 5'8". Nothing's going to change that. And you calling me, hey, big man, as I'm walking by,
I get that.
does not mean that I'm going to give you money.
Yeah.
But they want to do that as far as get your guard down. Like, what's up, man? How you doing?
You walked by the Boston Market on 23rd and 8th?
Yes.
They've built out basically a little shack in that space next to the bus. I was walking by a couple weeks back, and now it's just in a hoodie and a t-shirt, pants also. And as I was walking by, one of the homeless guys was like, "Hey, yo, man, you fight for the UFC? You look like, And I was like, "Oh, he's good."
Yeah. just keep guessing.
Yeah.
What else could I do?
Yeah.
You tell me.
Oh.
But that's what. I still
got nothing for you.
Yeah, nothing at all. But that's what it reminds me of. It's like just be you. You don't have to pander.
Yeah.
And I feel like that our industry especially.
You just crushed all of social media.
Yeah, it's just that. And it's just like, I'd be interesting enough and be secure in yourself where you're interesting enough where you do it for you. We were talking about this earlier with experiences. It's like, if you want to share what you are doing, awesome. That's great. You know, and I'm trying to share the experience with you, or at least get like, oh, I should do that too. Or, you know, it's like a community thing. But when you start like lying to kick it, you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, why are you even saying
You're
this?
forcing the matter.
Yeah, it's like,
or trying to justify yourself.
Yeah, we're not friends. I'm your follower. Yeah. By definition, we're not that tight.
And I don't throw the word friend around very liberally, so I always preface it with somebody that I know on social media. I'm very specific. It's like, oh, a friend of mine. No, we're not friends.
We're not
friends. I have certain markers. If I see a group shot of you and I can't identify you in the group because I don't exactly know who you are, yeah, I'm unfollowing.
Yeah, you're guessing.
Yeah, I think I know that person on the right.
Yeah.
Oh shit! No, it's the other. No.
With that being said, though, you can actually build genuine. I know this is kind of weird to say. You can build genuine relationships with people long distance via social media.
Oh, you know me.
Yeah.
You shoot me a DM. It's like you're gonna get almost an instant response of just like,
yes.
Oh, communication. Yay! I'm happy. I'm happy to have a legitimate conversation.
It has to start with a level of authenticity about who you are. And I realize that the people that I do follow, or if you look at who I've liked, the little like button or whatever, a lot of the times it's going to be people that are authentic in who they are, and they don't have that many followers. It's not going to be people with multiple thousands of, you know what I mean? Like, it's usually not that.
Yeah.
It's somebody who is genuine, and they're putting out 100% authentic material that they are sharing with whatever masses are out there.
I think the most popular person that I may follow, and I don't even comment or try to get a line of communication going, is Ben Bruno.
Yes.
And I just enjoy his workouts, and you know, he doesn't even look like your prototypical, you know, cover model type of trainer, but he is super knowledgeable. His content is on point, and it's just like, yeah, that's a real person right there.
Yeah, and
he's also funny. So
yeah, that's good. That's always good too, right?
Yeah.
Humor. That's what people are attracted to, is what they say.
Sure.
All right. Well, you seem better. But you know, 2020 ended exactly the way that 2020 went. So we're good with that. But
the aroma of dumpster fire in here.
On to 2021, which is where we're at now. And
2021!
Ow.
Sorry.
And so now we're turning over a new leaf, looking
so
ahead.
We can win 2021. Boom.
No, that's
not
you just said that 2020, did they lose or win? It won. So 2021, it beat you. But going into 2021, it's going to be what we're going to have to be looking out for in our industry is more of that pandering. More of that telling you what they think you want to hear, because right now you're in a vulnerable state. You're essentially everyone coming into 2021 is the I'd say the antelope with the broken leg. Just like the weak one of the herd. Like, everybody barely made it through. And now you have all of these just social media and fitness, like, just lions out there just ready to pounce.
They're that meme of the dude by the tree just rubbing his hands together, like, just like getting ready.
Yeah. So you got to be on the lookout for all these different gimmicks out there that are going to be these resolution traps. I know we
It's a trap.
Yeah. I don't.
That's a Star Wars reference.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Admiral Akbar. He's the one that looks like a squid. He's in the chair.
I just stay on target. That's all I remember. But January is the impulse buy of the year.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of those little candies that they leave by the register. They give me every time. Those little Santas around Christmas time. I love those little guys. But so you got to be on the lookout, and you got to make educated, responsible decisions for your health, and be realistic about where you're going with this year. It is an arbitrary date, but a lot of people just, you know what, this year is going to be different. Especially this week. This is the first week of the new year.
It's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason, and you can use that cliche to your benefit. I was at Pressure January 1st working out, and as cliched as it felt good to work out. So it's just like, all right, cool. I want to kickstart this new year because I want this year to be so much better than last.
Yeah. I was on the couch January 3rd.
It's fine.
And it felt good to be on the couch.
I was on the couch January 3rd. It's fine.
Yeah.
Because I also thought, this is a marathon, not a sprint.
That's true. Speaking of marathons, did you walk another... I feel like we need to have a separate segment for your fish adventures.
Whoa.
It's a real thing.
Okay, yes.
Because you did walk however long for your other fish, and then this weekend you walked how many miles?
Judgy.
What? I'm just saying.
I walked a little bit around 6 miles on Saturday just to pick up some salmon. Just cause.
Yeah.
Just cause it's hated most of the walk, but I was like, okay, one and done. But I did it. Yeah. It got done, and end result, salmon was off the chain. I made a really good dinner. So
well, that's like it's like hate fucking, right? Where you're just like, you're aggressively gonna get this dinner right because you just spent how many hours getting it?
Wow, you just ruined the sauce to the salmon,
or made it way better.
It's just weird. Let's move on.
Eat pineapples before. Anyway, so gimmicks, infomercials is one of those things you gotta look out for, right? So infomercial. I've noticed. Especially with it's not like back in the day where you had to turn it to a particular station and all of a sudden you would get excess infomercials. Fucking algorithms, dude. Like, I don't know what happened in January or how much extra people paid, but I'm seeing nothing but ad after ad after ad for either gimmicky piece of equipment or some trainer I've never heard of.
Dude, it's all about the at-home gym.
Yeah.
And I don't know what tax bracket some of these at-home gyms are trying to appeal to, but you have Tonal, you have Nordic Track, you have Peloton, you have all these things that are just like have it all at home.
Any one of them wants to sponsor us.
Or use us in a video.
We'll edit back and we'll change our tonality of which we were saying these words.
Yeah, absolutely. I have complete control over it. I'll change everything.
I will auto-tune the fuck out of Peloton.
Peloton is great. You see all these commercials coming out, even more now that they're really paying for their ad space right now. So it's...
Yeah, but what they're capitalizing on and what you will notice is that there's either... It reminds me a lot when I used to work for 24 Hour Fitness, right? You would have these two options. You would have the month-to-month option, right? Or you would have the prepay option.
Mm-hmm.
So something like a Peloton, right? Yes, it is a month-to-month service, but you have an upfront cost. So what they're doing is they're trying to hook you with that upfront cost, so that they know it's just going to sit there.
Yeah, it's going to be a glorified coat rack.
But in the meantime, you spent how many thousands of dollars on it? And
I think their two options are if you buy it, pay off the whole bike up front.
Yeah.
You get the membership for free per month. But if you do it month to month, then you have to pay also for the membership. So
exactly. So not much has changed since my days at 24 Hour Fitness because then you have the higher monthly rate, which they'll hook you in for at least a little bit of a contract. Whatever it is, it's going to be some type of contract. Even our quote unquote, what did we say was our month to month no contract was still 2 months in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a contract right there. Now when people pointed that out to me, I said they were bullshitting. I was like, no, not at all. Here, sign this paper. But nowadays, I can see it for what it is. So,
and then you tell them like everything's a contract. You get a Subway sandwich, that's a contract. From beginning of the sandwich to the end of the sandwich, that's a contract.
And they look at you and they're like, I don't think
it works. Yeah. Shut up, fine. Just sign here.
just do it. But that's what people are taking advantage of, right? So you have to make educated decisions this time of year especially, and the only way you can make educated decisions is know what you want, right? So if you go, you will get what is it, you fall for anything if you don't stand for something?
Stand for nothing, fall for anything.
Something like that, right? It made sense when I read it on a fortune cookie, but right now what I'm saying is that
in bed.
Yes. What?
You never play the fortune cookie game? Whatever fortune it says, just add in bed to the end of it.
Really?
Yes.
What's the best one you've gotten?
Good things are coming. Good things are coming your way.
And you're like, wow, that's... I mean, I guess. Usually I'm more creative than that. Sure. Where's the fire escape option?
Like, this wasn't exactly, writing poetry here. This wasn't prose.
That's true. It wasn't a haiku.
No one's got inspected by number 7 on a fortune.
So infomercials, be on the lookout. But the only reason why infomercials exist is because they're taking advantage of your emotional state. Really,
because there's an audience for it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have an infomercial. I actually was thinking about this today when it was an infomercial for like an air fryer option.
Ooh.
Like an air fryer, take all in one thing. And I was thinking, I was like, wait a minute.
Ooh, is it the Ninja? Was it the Ninja air fryer?
No, but I would get that.
If they want to sponsor us,
Yes, definitely.
I got limited counter space. That would look perfect on that.
It would look amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But what I realized was that as I was hearing it, I was like, oh, that might be nice. And I was thinking, I was like, wait, if I actually wanted this, I would go and look at all of the air fryers, look at all of the reviews, and really make the best decision on the size and what I wanted out of it, the use. And I would actually make, like, I would do anything. Why
research it? Yeah.
I had this, like, oh, I want to get it, like, kind of feeling.
Impulse.
I was like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
So just, if you're buying something off an infomercial, chances are you could probably get a better product if you did your own research. So if something piques your interest in an infomercial, I would suggest taking a step back and actually researching it on your own.
Yeah.
It's very similar to a strip club, right? You don't take the first girl that comes up to you and asks you for a dance. You lay back.
Yup.
It's a strategy.
That was always my strategy.
Yeah, you lay back.
You hang out by the stage, watch the crowd, watch the moves. It's like, oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and wear sweatpants.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
So
thin sweatpants.
Thin. Next, fad nutrition. I got a lot of fad nutrition out there that comes around, especially this time of year. As far as, I mean, what I don't want to. I'm not going to say veganism. I'm not going to say that because that wouldn't necessarily be a fad. It shouldn't be. But
that's more of a lifestyle.
A lot of cleanses are out there.
Yeah.
I know right now is January is officially by people I respect is World Carnivore Month.
Yes.
Where you eat, as the name implies,
get the meats.
Yes. Now, that's not a bad thing. Let's put it this way. That is more of a elimination diet where you're eliminating any possibility for allergens, easily overconsumed foods that are high in calories.
And processed,
So each one of these, so if you have like a vegan cleanse versus a World Carnivore Month, right? They're on two separate ends of the spectrum. They're both accomplishing the same thing. Where you get into trouble is when you start looking at this as like, oh, this is going to be past this month.
A lifestyle. By title, World Carnivore Month already has its expiration date. It's finite. More often than not, when people talk about going vegan, they're thinking they're going to do it for the rest of their lives. At least that's their initial plan.
And the benefits they receive is usually the same thing as you get on the carnivore diet, where you're eliminating all these other foods that are possibly causing you issues, either gut issues or just body fat in general, just because you're overly consuming them. But what you find is that after you get this little like, what do you call it? Like not holiday phase, honeymoon phase. You get this honeymoon phase of, oh my God, I feel so much better. But as you're saying, as it goes on, you find yourself, that's where the Impossible Burgers come from. That's where like all of a sudden you start over-processing.
They run with it.
You're trying to make things fit your diet.
And they mark it off of people's lack of intelligence.
Yeah.
So where you get most people say like, even keto, where people are like, oh man, I lost so much weight doing keto. It's like, no, you eliminated certain things and now you're on a restricted caloric intake and that's why you lost weight.
Yeah.
It's like, I have celiac disease. Did you go to the doctor? No. So why do you think you have a gluten intolerance? Well, I got rid of bread and I felt better. It's like, well, maybe it was the bread.
Could be.
Yeah. A lot of people have a wheat intolerance that they're not aware of, and they just thought that was normal until they got rid of it. It's like, oh, I feel so much better. It's like, oh, and then that was it.
But eventually you're gonna have to add something back in. Because what we support is a balanced diet, and unfortunately, it's not the sexiest thing out there. But the balanced diet in moderation.
I think it is actually.
Well, you can make anything look good, what? But it's so, as far as a lifestyle is concerned, right? So you're going to have, higher protein, moderate carbohydrate, and moderate fat intake. That's it. It seems simple, but it's not easy.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
It's a KISS system.
But if you need something like this, where it's a complete shift, what I do like about fad diets, I would say, if I had to play advocate real quick, is that it allows you to focus on making it an everyday thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, this is a month. I'm focused on this is what I'm doing for a month. You're committing
A
to
regimen
something.
to you.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
type of discipline that you're adhering to, and then hopefully you can take that discipline moving forward.
Because now you've picked up a skill
Yes.
of being able to be disciplined that way.
So there's nothing wrong with trying out new things. I had to try out every diet to figure out
What works.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
worked
yeah.
and what didn't work for me. When I started smuggling in, what was it, bison? I don't know. I had like ground bison in my pocket, and I said I was on a vegan diet, and I was like smuggling this thing. I was like just eating it under the table.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, maybe this cashew cream cheese ain't really doing it for me. So you have to find out what works for you.
I watched a cooking competition show last night because it's one of my favorite things to watch. Either while I'm cooking, as I'm eating, or immediately after eating. I can't watch those cooking competitions while I'm hungry or haven't eaten for a while because it's just going to trigger me. It was a Cook versus Cons where it's 4 chefs. You don't know who's a trained chef and who's just an at-home cook that's really good. They had a vegan guy on.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was a chicken competition for that stage, and he made a simulated fried chicken using mushrooms, and the judges really had to have a conversation about like, did he break the rules? and they were like, this is a very tasty, great tasting meal, but it's not chicken, bro. Get the shit out of it.
Yeah. I feel like saying that at every salad place I ever go to. This is great.
This is great.
Not for me, bro.
But I'm gonna go get pizza in a couple hours.
Yeah.
After this, so.
But fad diets aren't a bad thing as long as you realize that they are for a specific thing, for a fad, and then that you use that as your first step for moving forward.
Well, even by definition, the word diet isn't a lifestyle. It's for just like a specific amount of time. It's not.
What is the actual etymology of diet?
Die.
I don't. Is that Latin? I don't understand.
If you do it too long, die.
Oh, okay. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. That works.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah.
Take that as fact. Challenges. I see this a lot. This is actually it's hard because it's a little bit behind the scenes moment. Just to let you guys know. Challenges are a great way to get people excited about starting and actually getting them used to, like we said with fad diets, getting them used to building a discipline so that way they can move forward as a client with you. For us, you're going to see more than likely challenges moving forward from more than meatheads. We are not against challenges. There are some things to be looking out for though with challenges, especially if you're coming into fitness and you're, I wouldn't say a newbie, but it's been a while maybe, or you're not quite used to the mindset.
Yeah.
And if you just follow somebody on Instagram and they're running a challenge and they can take 3 people or whatever it is, and you sign up for the challenge to build bigger booty or whatever. Oh no, why am I pointing to you for bigger booty? I don't know. It's
insulting.
It's too much already.
It's
but
more like a template.
That's true. It's more like the after picture. But if you're looking at
It's like a temple of a template.
All right. But if you're looking for a specific outcome, this is the problem with challenges, is that it makes sense. It checks all the boxes for us as trainers. So it sets your SMART goal, right? So if you're going to be defining SMART goal to someone, to be specific,
measurable, attainable, reasonable, time-based.
Yeah. And I say yeah, like I would have rattled that off too. I have no idea. I'm essentially behind the Asian in math class. Anyway, so
Can't sit behind yourself.
that can I?
Partially.
I don't know. I'm not that kind of Asian. But if you're in a challenge, right? You are going along the route the right way. But what can happen, especially with these overly enthusiastic crowds, is that this community that you're building becomes more of a like cliquey.
It becomes almost an indirect shame if
Yeah.
you're not a part of it. It's like it's the whole like if you're not with us, you're against us. It's a very Jedi versus Sith type of thing of
So many Star Wars references.
nerd. So it becomes, like you said, it becomes very cliquey. My biggest issue with the challenges is a lot of them are too type specific, and what I mean by that is like it's a push-up challenge. Do 25 push-ups every single day for the next month.
Mm-hmm.
Or do 50 squats every single day for the next month. It's like,
What happens if you miss day 13? Are you just done? You're just like, ah, screw it.
And then you just call it, or do
Yeah.
you do 100 the next day, or do you do it twice in one? And I get it. Look, over the course of a month, you're not gonna cause that much damage to your ligaments and tendons by doing the same thing for just 50 reps
Yeah.
for squats or whatever the case may be. But it's just the monotony of it is the part that gets me. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of those types of challenges.
Yeah, you either have the challenge where it's like a fitness challenge where everybody's trying to lose as much weight as possible, which is there are right ways to do that.
Yeah.
But again, it all comes down to who the moderator is. Who is in charge of this program? Is it a trainer or a company? Ideally, it would be a trainer that not only respects your time, but respects that you are going to be adjusting your lifestyle moving forward. Because
respect the individual.
what happens, it's like the same thing we say with P90X, right? P90X was a 90-day program. What happens on day 91? 91.
Yeah.
What do we do then? There was actually somebody that I didn't know for a fact. There was somebody who actually called himself Day 91, like Mr. Day 91, on when it was back to like bodybuilding forums, because it's true. It's like you need to have a mindset that this is not something I'm going to yo-yo, and that's the problem with resolutions is that it builds in this temporary mindset where it's like not for nothing, diets work. Like every single diet is an incredible success rate.
Oh yeah, the cottage cheese and apple diet works.
Incredible success rate.
Yeah.
Where we have a problem is that we gain it back.
The rebound.
Yes, that's the problem.
The Biggest Loser is a great concept. It's a great idea to help people that need help. But they do this game show for, let's pick an arbitrary amount of time, 3 months, where they lose hundreds of pounds. Then they're released into the wild, and these people I've seen the ages run the gamut from 18 to 48. They've been living this amount of time this way. 3 months at a camp was not enough to keep the majority of those people changed after these challenges. Notice they don't do reunion episodes of The Biggest Loser.
That is weird.
They don't do a Where Are They Now episodes of The Biggest Loser. Because the majority of these people bounce back just the way that they were.
I would love to watch that show. First of all, you got me as a viewer. If you're doing a Where Are They Now? Like VH1 style?
Yeah.
Biggest Loser?
Yeah. But this is the reason why these challenges don't work. They're
Behind
too
the
intense.
munchies.
Wow.
I don't...
It's like behind The Biggest Loser. We couldn't see anything.
Oh.
But this is why
that's not fat shaming. That's just social commentary on a popular show that we do not agree with.
I agree with it if they were structured better, in the sense of like what happens after the challenge. Like for example, I've been watching Hoarders, and on Hoarders you have these people that are living in basically at-home dumpsters of all the stuff that they have.
Do you drive a minivan?
Not yet.
Because cooking shows, Hoarders, what is going on?
And these people are helped out for like a week as to why they need to let go of this stuff. The city's demanding it, they're getting fines. But what happens also afterwards that they tell them, there's a therapist that's there that says that they have outpatient treatment for them. So it lasts for longer than just that week.
There needs to be some type of off-boarding process.
Exactly. So this is why you don't see reunion episodes of The Biggest Loser. Because the challenges don't work.
And instead, you see Jillian Michaels saying ridiculous things
Don't even get me
on
started.
social media.
Get started.
No. I don't know.
Vibrator gets stuck? What is that?
I don't know. No, I mean, it might as well be. No one knows what a lawnmower is around here.
You are not the sound effects department.
I can't audition? Oh, okay. But yes, when it comes to challenges, be on the lookout for who is in charge of it, and if it is aligning with your, not just your fitness goals, right? Your actual psychological profile, and whether or not moving forward after whatever that set amount of time is, you would still want to do that. It's one of those things where it's like, don't look at it as like this little bite-sized piece of fitness. Look at it as a 7-8 course meal. Like, you want to actually continue with this, and you want to be able to be educated, just like we're talking about infomercials.
Mm-hmm.
Educate yourself, look around, and see what really piques your interest and what you want to keep moving forward past the challenge with, and that person is who you're going to want to have the challenge with.
And then also, like we said in the previous episode about vetting things, if you need help, we're here to help you. Like, if you wanted to vet a personal trainer, you're interested in a personal trainer, you want to run their certification, their methodology, whatever they have on the books that you know about them and you want to vet it by us.
More underscore than underscore meatheads on Instagram. And if you want to, we'll be having apparel soon. If you want to take all your success pictures, you know, with or without our shirt on or whatever, stickers involved, hey, go ahead and do that.
As well. And if you want to do a challenge, if you want us to give you a challenge, hit us up. If you want us to vet a challenge for you that somebody's running, hit us up. Yeah. We're here to help you. And, you know, we're not above saying this is a good challenge or saying, well, this is what I would look out for in this challenge.
Yeah, and like I said, moving forward, we will be offering challenges within our community as well. But I think the only thing that we really are pushing out of everything we talked about right now is the fact that the authenticity factor that's kind of been this common theme throughout, where it's like, yes, you can take it, you can leave it, you can have it as a general input. It doesn't have to be your main source of material. As long as we are a resource where you feel like you are, I don't know, it's like a safe place?
Yes, trusted. That you trust us and that we're credible to you. That's what we're going for here. And I think the first challenge is that we challenge you to reach out to us. Just start there.
Yeah.
The call to action.
That is a call to action. Yeah, that's good. And if you want, but don't, you know, who we don't want to reach out to us?
Jillian Michaels.
I would love that, to be honest with you. That'd be a stimulating conversation. But no, the supplement pyramid scheme people.
We
don't need to push that.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah, I got caught up in the isogenics thing once.
Oh yeah?
I did that.
Tell me about the dark underworld.
Oh man, it sounds great. It's such a great pitch. That is, you want to talk about, you know, hitting all the notes and just like, this could be you. You could, I don't know what type of cult-like measure they have for like gold starring this and diamond status that.
It's always gems. I don't understand why.
Dude, I don't know. It's bedazzled. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't want to be a rhinestone drainer.
Yeah, but I got caught up with all the tubs of protein and the lemon wedge bars and like all that other stuff.
You guys used to have all those sample packs?
Yeah. Until it was just like, all right, I'll sell these eventually. I'll just hold on to them. And it was just like boxes and boxes of shit. And it was just like, it was tough, man. It was tough to throw that all out.
So without talking bad about anyone, because we're just giving you prototypical, multi-level marketing.
Yes.
Multi-level marketing.
The pretty word for a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, when it's has to do with fitness industry, is usually a supplement company, as Herbalife.
Yes.
And Isagenix.
And two that I know of.
Yeah, there's obviously
when it comes
more
to food supplements. Those are the two that I know.
Yeah, where someone gets paid off of residual income off of you purchasing, and then you can sell to someone else, and
there's a kickback.
But you know what's crazy is that it actually does, just like everything else.
Initially, it works.
It works. So we're not saying it doesn't work. Like we said, we actually preface this with saying that all diets do work.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in a calorically restricted state, you're going to lose some type of weight. That's just how math is.
Yeah.
And what you don't want to do is you don't want to get caught up into a community where you're now being pressured to not only follow this but also sell it to somebody else.
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of what's the opposite of a success story?
A depressed story? A failure story?
I've seen a lot of kind of a, what the hell? Why am I drawing blanks?
Shooting? Huh?
What? No. Not on the same wavelength. No, but I've seen a lot of tales where it's just kind of, you know, you don't want to go down that road.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be in a situation where all of a sudden you're being pressured to sell to someone else a product that you don't quite believe in, and now you're looking at numbers instead of actually looking at your health. And it just gets in a weird place.
Yeah.
And I don't want that for anyone. I know when it comes to supplements too, they're supposed to supplement your diet, right?
Diet, not overtake it.
Yeah. Generally, if you have to pay to buy into something, be very careful of that.
Yeah. I like, look, this is also coming from someone who's willing to join like Omaha Steaks or be part of or be part of, like, you know, Piedmontese if they had something going on. I'd easily join them.
Well, that's different. That's a discount code that we would offer.
Yeah.
That I'm in talks with.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah, if you guys want to hit up Certified Piedmontese on Instagram and you want to tell them that we should be an ambassador for them, I would appreciate that.
That'd be great. But for something like Herbalife or Isogenics, I always tell people when it comes to your nutrition, try to keep it as organic as possible. You're just way better off that way. There shouldn't be, especially if you're trying to lose weight, a shake should not be complementing or supplementing your meals. You should be eating your food.
Yeah, and if you can't and you have to have some type of supplement, that's fine, but just don't make it a situation
Regular
where
thing.
And if you need that in the beginning, it's always like it depends thing. But the problem is you don't want to just loop yourself into a contract where you have to sell to other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like you can achieve a success any way you want, but once you start feeling that, and I'm very sensitive to this coming from a sales background, is that once you start feeling gross, like once you feel like kind of dirty about talking to somebody, like you're pitching someone.
Yeah, you have to hit a spiel.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be.
Yeah.
Go to more_than_meatheads on Instagram and tell us your story.
We'll keep you anonymous, we swear.
Yeah, just go ahead. But you get to a place where you feel like you're being forced to do something or push a product on someone, it's probably not the place you want to be. So, religiously, but on an average of 3 days a week with cardio.
With cardio, yeah.
And so he just kept that up. Obviously, you look at Jerry Seinfeld, you're not like, oh...
He's yoked.
Yeah.
He's not like Mel Gibson, old man jacked underneath. I just saw a Mel Gibson movie, so...
Oh,
it's just
Fat Man? Were you Santa Claus?
No.
Oh, that really...
The Professor and the Madman.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was a good movie.
But Jerry Seinfeld is relatively lean. He's just normal.
Yeah.
He's like me, medium.
He keeps himself very functional in the sense of just like, he wants to be able to move around. He doesn't need to bench press, 225 25 times.
No, you see him on, comedians getting
coffee.
In cars getting coffee.
Yeah.
I really like that show, but at no point in time am I like, oh yeah, he's jacked.
Yeah, he's not wearing the short sleeve trying to show off the guns.
No, but it allows him to do other things.
Yes.
And that's what he really stressed in that article or in that interview was that the meditation, the weight training allowed him to do other things, but the only reason why they allowed him to do other things is because it was embedded as a routine for him.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get that routine started with a challenge or whatever it is, if you want to turn around and like, hey, this year's my year. You want to make
as cliche as it is, but it's a cliche for a reason because a lot of the times it works.
Yeah. So if you want to do that, we're all for it. I just want you to look at it as a change towards the better overall, not just for the month of January.
Yeah, that's it. And also, just take it 1 month at a time and just don't think about the entire year. Think about the entire year of just like, oh man, I'm going to keep this up through
Especially if the year's like 2020, don't think about the entire year.
Don't think about
that didn't happen.
Because, you can only live one day at a time. There's no point in thinking about what you want to do for the entire year.
Yeah.
Just start 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. And you just take it from there. And you just start all over again. Next thing you know, you've chalked up all these little victories. And there you are.
Yeah. I don't feel like I didn't add anything to that. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's
whatever.
But it's not about that. You recognize there was no need for it. You're not pandering.
But then I said, yeah.
As an acknowledgement that I said something. Also, I apologize if somebody wants to watch this entire episode on YouTube. The GoPro just randomly blinked out.
Oh, well.
But then I got it back as we were talking.
Oh, so we just got yanked off stage.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's it.
Cap.
We're done.
So, but we've been recording the whole time, so we're good. Anything else?
Nope. Apple says we're done. GoPro says we're done.
My fellow co-host. Cool. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Just remember, we try to keep it fun, functional, and factual because it's the only F's that we give. All right, guys. Take care. Don't be assholes. Be kind to one another.
Yeah.
Bye. 47, 46, 59.
That was a little long.